here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Weeder Life podcast. I'm your host, Erica Weederlight, and I am the CEO and founder of We the Light. I help humans who feel inadequate, broken, self-conscious, and shamed around their sexuality to reclaim their aliveness, their power, and to have a renewed relationship to pleasure while preparing themselves to feel hella confident to date others and themselves. AKA, I'm guiding people to live their #best lives. I have to give you a fair warning. I do unfortunately swear like a drunken sailor, so if you do have little ones by you, just be sure to pop in some earbuds. Alright friends, let's buckle up and let's rock it to this week's episode. Oh my god, this is an episode. This is quite the episode. I laugh because I'm noticing a pattern before every episode. I'm like, oh wow, this is the episode. It's like, I think because all of the topics that I want to talk about are important, but I laugh because every episode I'm like, guys, buckle up. It's going to be crazy, but this one's going to be crazy. Like, this one's going to be good. Like, I'm very excited. We got tips, we got tricks, we got tools, we got stories. She's jam-packed, party people. Like, she's got stories, she's got tales. I'm very excited for this episode, and I think it's a very important episode. And as you can see from the title, the topic is body. And here's the tale of Sweeney Todd. Body, that was a musical theater reference, so if you're like, who the fuck is Sweeney Todd? Don't judge me. My MT people will be like, musical theater, Sweeney Todd. All right, moving on. So, this topic is very important. Very, very, very important. And it's important for many reasons. Oh, and I was gonna say, it's a bomb, right? It's a bomb of a topic. Like, Erica, what the fuck does a podcast episode on body mean? And so I have a feeling this is gonna need to, be broken up in a few parts, like body love, body, embodiment. Like, there's lots of nuances dealing with chronic illness, but I was like, you know what? I think today, let's just do a big umbrella. Let's hit you with some tools. Let's hit you with some tips. Let's just have a conversation about it. And if something sparks your interest, I'm happy to be like, all right, let's do a whole podcast episode on this little niche of body. But I wanted to give like a big umbrella, and then we could always go in and get crazy. A few weeks ago, I did an Instagram, video. And I was like, hi, guys. What do you want me to talk about? And it was wild because so many people said body love, body empowerment, embodiment. I was like, oh my God. And it's funny because I was like, this is crazy. I'm so shocked. And in other ways, I was so not shocked because me, myself and I, have had such a truly a tumultuous relationship with my body. And I have to take a breath for this, but I'm very proud of where I am now. And I remember in the heart of it, in the swamp of it, if you will, I was like, this is never going to get better. Like, I am always going to struggle with this for the rest of my life. And that is such a sad, daunting, like, that sucks. You know what I mean? I remember being like, it just like, accepted, Erica. Like, this is just something you're always going to have to deal with. This is going to be like your Achilles heel. And like, it sucks, but it is what it is. And so the fact that I actually got out of that is a true I'm so grateful. I'm so proud of myself. Can I brag on myself? I'm like, I could cry. I'm so proud of myself because I never thought I would get out of it. And then the fact that I turned around and I was like, yo, if I can do this, I pinky promise you can do this. And now it's so important for me to help people do that. So, did this Instagram thing and, people were freaking out like body. And, part of me was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, this is wild. And then another part of me was like, no, duh, bitch. Like, you struggled so much. And you help amazing humans with this every day. Like, of course this is a thing. And again, we live in this, a culture that tells us narratives all day long. We're not even fucking paying attention, right? Like, we're just walking to work and on the subway, you see, there's I'm actually thinking, this is so funny. I'm just thinking about this in New York City, that on one of the subways, if you're a New Yorker, you'll know this, or even, anyone in the tri-state area, there's like a very specific boob job advertisement. It's like melons, and it's just like, that's just like the normal, like we don't even think about, and there's no shade to boob jobs, whatever. I'm all about, whatever you need to do to feel good. I support you. I back you. I'm cheering you on. But I say that as an example of it's just always in our face. Like we're like just going to work and it's like, maybe I should get a boob job. And again, no shade to boob jobs. Like I support you. I cheer you on. But I think you're getting what I'm putting down is that it's always in our face. So even when we're not asking for it. I mean, look at Instagram. It's just like, oh shit, should I look like that? Oh, should I buy this tummy tea? It's just always on us, in front of us. And it's interesting, right? Like, I'm so happy there is a body positivity movement. Like, God bless. But it's tricky, right? Because in some ways we're getting so oversaturated by, you're wrong, you're a piece of shit, you're horrible. And then there's another movement that's like, you're great, you're whole. You're like, let's celebrate you. So I understand, sometimes we have a little bit of a whiplash. My clients are like, what? Like, I'm trying, but I'm confused. And so I wanted to give some peace on this episode of like, how can I find the middle ground, right? Like, where do I lie? Because it is a lot to take in on both sides. And it's like, how do I want to relate to this? And also here's the thing too, right? Like, we're always talking #body love, body positivity. Again, God bless America. I'm thrilled. We're talking about this. But it kind of is similar to me. I don't know if you agree, but like with the self-love thing, right? Like in the communities, they're like #self-love, #body love, #self-care. It's like, great. Like those topics sound fabulous. How do I apply that? You know what I mean? Like, and so many clients come in, when they first want to start to work together and they're like, listen, I'm all about the self-love journey. I'm all about the body love journey. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I get it conceptually, like my brain understands it, but like, hi, how do I embody that? And that's why I'm like, yes, welcome. Welcome to my palace. Let me teach you everything. And so we'll definitely talk, I'm going to infuse some tools and tips today. That way you can walk away and be like, okay, got it. I have something. And also my door's always open. If you're like, I got some of those tips, I'm going to start to apply that. But like, hey, Erica, can I talk about like this more with you? Cause like, I actually really want to work on this. I'm here. My door's always open. If you need additional support, that's what I'm here for. And it's so funny, right? Because I work with all these different types of, like I pride myself because lots of different coaches, and it's no shade to them. That's beautiful. They kind of work with the same type of people, like women, these type of people, which again, blessings. We all need support. But I pride myself on like, I want to work with fucking everyone. If there's someone that could serve this person better, I have to put my ego inside and be like, you know what? I would love to serve you, but this person's probably a better match. But I do love that my clients are so different. Like I want that diversity. I want differences. I want to be able to hold so many different people. And why I'm saying that is it's so interesting, right? Because truly no two people are the same. Like literally no two people are the same. What I'll say about this is no two people come from the same background or look the same, and yet they have the same issues. Isn't that wild, right? Because this person from this part of the world and this person from this part of the world, different socioeconomic classes, maybe different race, maybe different gender, like totally different. I'm like, oh, they're going to walk in with a whole set of different issues. Nope. Usually the same thing. Usually, empowerment and pleasure and body love. And I have to be honest, I had to be shook, because I had clients come in. I'm like, they're so handsome. They're so beautiful. Not from a bizarre place, but like, I see the beauty in you. I see the uniqueness in you. And they're like, I hate myself. And I'm like, what? And that shocked me. I'm like, you hate yourself. You're fabulous. Like you're like a living goddess, rock star. Wow, that is so shocking. And I share that with you to let you know that we all, to varying degrees, struggle with our confidence, struggle with our bodies to varying degrees, right? Like some people put, really intentional, committed work to it. So it might have shifted. And some people might really, really struggle. I really, 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 really struggled for very long. And I really, really worked on it. And now I'm like, I don't really have, it comes up here and there. But now I could course correct and be like, Erica, no. But I want to let you know it was very bad. And I teach this stuff. And that's why I teach this stuff. And why I tell you the stories about the clients is to let you know we make these stories up, right? Like, oh my God, that Instagram model must be so confident. They're living their best life. They're dancing around every day. And I hope they are. But usually when I come to talk to people, they're like, I hate this about myself. I hate this about myself. And so I want to remind you and normalize that you're not alone, and that the people that sometimes we put up on pedestals are also struggling, and also take them down from the pedestal. But that's a different conversation. But we're all struggling in different capacities. Again, some might be more aggressive, and it might be more, I know for me, for a time, it was crippling. Like, because of my self-consciousness, my anxiety was so aggressive, and I felt like crippled and couldn't do, like, I was just like, I can't move, like, I can't do anything. Like, I can't do anything. And other people's may just be like a quiet hum. Like, I feel self-conscious, but I still could live my life. Again, I'm telling that, to remind you, you may look at someone and be like, they have it all together. No one has it all together. So I just want to normalize that. A quick story I wanted to share with you. I think it's important, and it's in slew with this, is, and it breaks my heart a little bit, but I wanted to, share with you. And I think it's a little bit of a bomb of a story, because it just is like, shit, do we really want to live our lives like this? So, I was very blessed, #blessed, to go to Israel. I'm very, very excited. I travel with my parents. If you follow my personal account, it's just an, ode, homage, just us three, schmucks, like, traveling. My dad's falling asleep places. He's eating snacks. I help them plan the excursions. We just have a great time. We cackle through the countries. And I feel very, very blessed, and I'm very grateful that I, get to experience. Get a little emotional over here. But I've gotten to experience so many places with them. And, Israel was a really important one. I'm half Jewish. My dad's Jewish. And so this was a very anticipated trip. I was very psyched. Very, very psyched for this. We did the whole thing. We did the Wailing Wall. But, there's all these different places that we were really excited to go to. And one of them being the Dead Sea. Like, hello, it's the Dead Sea. I'm so psyched. Let's, like, literally lather me in all the goods, heal my skin, make me glow. Here we go. And I was like, I'm just like a sucker for the spa, so I was like, this is my Mecca, like, I'm like, my mom's like, something's wrong with you. What are you doing? I'm like, give me all of the products. Like, I'm like rolling around in the mud. Like, and I'm like, give it to me. She's like, you're sick. I'm like, listen, we're here once. I need to lather up. And so meanwhile, as you can tell, I'm psyched. I'm ready to go. And, we did a cruise, by the way, of course. And I see this woman from the cruise, and so nice, so lovely, so beautiful, just like a gem. And I'm seeing her, and she's helping her mom get ready to go into the Dead Sea. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on, let's go. And she's like, oh, no, I can't. I'm like, oh, no, why? What's wrong? You don't want to go? She's like, have you seen me? I'm like, what happened? What's wrong? I'm like not picking up what she's putting down. And she's like, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, why are you embarrassed? She's like, I'm too fat. Like, I'm so gross. I don't want people to see me. Like, I know it's a simple story, but that, like, truly kills me. This woman, I found out, never really traveled before. This is the biggest trip, as it should. I mean, Israel's like, holy shit, a huge trip. Very privileged to have been able to go there. This was the biggest trip of her life. It might be the biggest trip of her life ever. Because she was on the older side. And she's like, I can't. And then Coach Erica came out. My mom's like, oh, I never seen this before. She's like, all right. And I was like, girl, do you ever plan to come back to Israel? Like, are you kidding? Like, you're beautiful. And I was like, and she's like, I don't know. And so I hyped her up. I'm like, let's do this. But the point of the story is, and the Cliff Notes is, the spoiler alert is, she did go. And I remember a few days later, she stopped me and she grabbed my hand. She's like, I can't thank you enough. Like, that was, first of all, that's an experience that I'll never, have back. And that really made me think. And I was like, oh, like, talk to me. Tell me all the things. And she's like, I have been living my life like this. She's like, the Dead Sea, yes, this kind of came to a head, right? Like, it's the worst now. But I always do this. And I won't go to parties. I won't go to pool parties. I won't go on vacations. I won't go to Disney. I won't go on flights. Like, I live a quarter life. I live in a shell. She's like, because I feel not good enough. I'm scared my weight's going to come up. Oh, I'm getting emotional. I don't live my life. Oh my God, I'm like literally crying. And I was like, I know. So we had a nice conversation. I wish I exchanged information with her because I would love to chat with her. And it's a simple story, but like, fuck, you know what I mean? And so like, that's a bigger grand scheme level, but to some varying degrees, we kind of all have that, like whether it be, I'm not going to wear this shirt, or I have to suck it in, or, like it all comes up in different ways for us. And I know for me, it was triggering for me, right? Because at that point, I did a lot of work, but I was like just out of it. And I was like, ooh, like, because I also was the same. Like, I also was like, I'm going to avoid that pool party. I'm going to avoid that. Thank you very much. I got plans. But I share that story because, like, oh my God, like, that is, it's corny, but like, this is our life. This is it. You know what I mean? If we believe in reincarnation, God bless, like, that's great. We may have another. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. But right now, this is all we have. This isn't the dress rehearsal. It's not like we're preparing and then one day, bibbity boppity boo, like, this is it. And so it saddens me that because of self-hate, we're not fully living. And this woman was amazing. And she's like, and she wasn't fully living. She wasn't fully living her life. And she said, I put my head down. I kind of go to work. I do what I have to do, but I don't feel like worthy of joy and pleasure. And like, I feel embarrassed. And that really hit me. And again, I wanted to share that with you because I think that's a powerful story. I think it's a powerful story because we all have that inside of us. Like we all, again, like I said, to varying degrees, we all have that piece inside of us. And what I wanted to bring from that story is the importance of doing this work, right? Like it's important. This, it seems like, yeah, body love, whatever. I'm going to shelf that. Yeah, but guess what? This shit keeps coming up. Like it keeps coming up in different variations of our life. Like this woman might have thought like, I don't need to work on this. But then it comes out and like, oh, I can't go into the Dead Sea. I can't go on a flight. I can't go to Disney World. I can't, I feel like I can't go to my kid's dance recital because I don't want to sit in the chair. You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny because so many of us are like, I'll deal with that later. It's like, yeah, but bitch, this shit's going to keep coming up. So I wanted to tell this story, to like, normalize the situation, but also like, this is our time. This is our time to focus on taking good care of ourselves. This is our time to having a loving relationship with ourselves. This is the time to fall in love with ourselves. This is a time to, if falling in love with yourself feels too aggressive, to have a neutral relationship with yourself. Like this is the time. And it's funny, right? Because we talk about this body love, like I talked about earlier. We're talking about like body love, body positivity all the time, which is fabulous. But it's kind of like, cool. How do I like, what does that look like? How do I embody this? What does this look like? Like, I get it, but what does this look like for me? And like I just brought up a second ago, if it feels too aggressive for love, let's start at neutralization, right? Like maybe you're like, I'm in body hate. Body love might be way too aggressive. So let's just get to body neutralization, right? And a way to do that is just to be grateful for what the body does. So I don't need you be like, just yet, I would love for you to go to body love, but let's just start with body neutralization. And what I mean is being grateful for what your body does. I am so grateful that my body processes food. And even though I have some eye stuff going on and my retina's struggling, I am grateful that I can see. And even if, everything isn't fully healthy, I get that we have illnesses sometimes, but can we shuffle around that? That's his conversation I want to bring on this amazing guest about chronic illness. And that's a whole other conversation. But sometimes when we have chronic illness, we feel like something's wrong with us and we're broken and, oh my God, I can't fully love myself. But is there a way we can okay, so maybe this isn't working at full capacity, but I love that it's working at 5%. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for what it does do. I'm so grateful, to whatever celebrations your body has. I'm so grateful my body, and everyone's body works differently. So take this and apply it to you. I'm grateful that I can get from point A to point B. I'm grateful that my stomach processes food. I'm grateful that I can see. And again, you may not have some of those, and you may, tailor this to your particular situation. So the neutralization is finding gratitude in what your body does do, right? So we don't need to get into like, yes, you have a Kim Kardashian ass, honey. Like, hold on, that's part 2. But part 1 is just being grateful for, I'm so grateful I can wake up in the morning. I'm so grateful that I wake up every morning and I have a new chapter to start. Does that make sense? So let's just like, boom, celebrate, praise. Holy shit, I treat my body sometimes really bad. And this is a resilient little bitch that keeps getting up and keep like, all right, you treat me bad, but I'm back up. I'm doing the damn thing. Like, is there ways that we can find celebrations? And I mean from toes to tip of the head, like mini micro celebrations of the body that we can get down with. And again, it doesn't have to be perfection, but it could be like, I celebrate you. I'm really actually very grateful. I don't even freaking think about this. I'm so grateful that I breathe. I don't even think about that. Got it? Makes sense? Cool. Another thing is, now let's talk about more of the appearance body, right? It may feel too aggressive to then say like, I'm hot. Like, if you want to take it. But my next suggestion would be having a childlike curiosity of the body, right? Because now we have so many freaking filters on our body. Like, the Instagram person said I should look like this and that. We just have years of conditioning. So sometimes it's hard to jump right in. So my suggestion is, can you look at your body with a childlike curiosity? And sometimes we have trigger zones, right? Like legs may be triggering, tummy may be triggering, chest, but whatever. We all have triggering areas. If that feels arms, if that feels too much, let's look at your left pinky. Like let's look at your, I don't care, your kneecap, your toe. Like we don't have to jump into the deep end. So my suggestion is, can you look at the body and instead of like, oh, you're a piece of shit, I really should get this, hold up. Like, can we put our childlike glasses on and get curious and be like, oh my God, the color of my skin, oh my God, it's just gorgeous. I love these like cute little freckles that like splatter inconsistently over my arms. I love that I'm like, have this paleness, but these like little splurts of little red rosiness. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be, I'm fitting the mold. It's let's just celebrate like we're a child. Oh, I love how squishy this is. I love how this feels. Got it? Like it's a whole different vibe, but it's coming from a place of childlike wonder. Like, I love how this feels. I love how interesting this texture is. This shape is so fun. So we want to approach it from that angle versus going in with the lens that we know how to. It sounds corny, but if you want to, if you really want to kick it up a notch and be a A+ student, I would suggest writing yourself a love letter to your body. Again, you're probably like, oh my God, you're so corny. And it's corny, but it works. Especially targeted areas that you hate, right? Because it may feel aggressive to do that like exercise that we just talked about, to like pretend you have issues around your tummy. You may be like, oh, this is very triggering. It's like, okay, can we write a love letter to the stomach? And, you could do it as simple as I'm writing this shit on my phone. Or if you want to get crazy, I know I like to get crazy because I'm dramatic, if you couldn't tell. But you could put some candles on, you can make yourself some tea. And writing yourself like, dear tummy, you could be honest. I've hated you for years. That makes me really sad. I know that you process my food. I crucify you daily, whether I consciously know it or not. And I want to be friends with you. You might not be like, you're the hottest thing I've ever seen. You might not be there yet. But you could talk to this body part like, I'm sorry that like, I'm horrible to you. And I don't know where to go to this, but I do know I want you to be on my side. I do want to be on your side, and I do want to be your friend. Help. How do we do that? And then if you're feeling inspired, you can go into like, I do love how beautiful the skin color is here. I do love your unique texture. I do love how you fold here and you do that. Right? But that's later to come. Let's just like ask the body, like, let's just freaking talk to the body and be like, hi, sorry for ignoring you. Or, superimposing things that I thought I should do to you. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy yet. If you do feel inspired to be like, you are beautiful. I do want to be your friend. Great. But let's just start with like, I really want to know you. I really want to have a good relationship with you. I want to fall in love with you. And here's the deal. After writing that letter, or if you don't write the letter, we have to make a commitment to change this relationship. Because again, like I talked about earlier, it's so easy to put this on the back burner. It's like, yeah, my relationship with my body. Anyway, I got to do this. I got to go to the grocery store. Like it doesn't feel like a priority. But we know if we don't address it, it comes out in wacky ass ways. So my invitation is, you don't need to work on this daily, but making a commitment. So maybe it's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, body, Sorry about that. I apologize. I don't know how. This feels very overwhelming, but I do want to have a relationship with you. I'm committed. I don't know what that means. Maybe some days will be more, more work than others, but I am committed to having a relationship with you. We need to make that commitment. Otherwise, it's something else on your checklist that is in the back burner that never gets done, and it gets resurfaced 5 years later, or 6 years later, or 7 years later. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really would encourage you to make that commitment to yourself. And listen to your body. Everyone's journey with themselves is going to be different. Everyone's relationship to their body and how they want to have a relationship to their body is going to be different. But I think making that commitment, being like, shit, like I am going to prioritize time to work on this is key, is important. Here's another interesting thing we do, and I'm sure you've done this before, is we override our body signals. I mean, no offense, in this culture, we don't honor our body signals anyway. It's like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute that you're hungry. That's cute that you feel like you're going to pass out. We got to keep producing, got to keep working. It's like, yeah, we got to work. I'm going to override this. And so this might be a foreign concept to you. This might be like, oh girl, I do this every day. So if you've never done this, fabulous. If you've done this and you do this, I invite you to deepen your practice to this, deepen your relationship to this. My invitation to you is for you to have a relationship to listen to your body. And sometimes it feels very scary because here's the thing. Once they pop, the fun don't freaking stop. Like once you pop listening to your body, they're like, hi, hey, how are you? I have so much to tell you. And you're like, oh, okay, hi, they're back. So they like, once you open, they want to talk to you. They're like, thank God you're finally listening. Thank God. So my invitation is to listen to them. And again, maybe you don't have to actively do that thing right away. Like maybe you're like, oh, they're saying this, but I don't know. Like I'm not ready to do that. Like I'm not ready. No problem. Just listen to them. Listen. Oh shit. I didn't realize I was really in my head, but my body actually said I'm very hungry. Cool. That's good to know. Wow. When I tap and I breathe and I tap into my body, I'm like really actually almost at burnout. That's good to notice. Maybe I should take care of myself. So you then start to trust your body and trust the signals and take care of it. But my invitation, again, whatever level you're on, is start to listen to it. Because so often we're like, gotta move, gotta go, gotta hustle. It's like, okay, hold the frickin' phone. Like, is there a way we could slow down just a hair and listen to the body's wisdom? And if it feels safe, can we give the body what it asks? Again, sometimes it feels like that's impossible. I have to give this presentation at work. Okay, can we make like adjustments? So if the body's like, I'm at burnout, and you're like, babe, I'm so sorry. Like I have to give this presentation. No problem. But is there a way maybe the night before we get sleep or we eat really healthy meal? You get what I'm saying, right? So the invitation is to, how can I tap into my body on the reg, on the daily, really listen to them, ask for their wisdom. It sounds very woo, but once you start practicing, you're like, oh, here I am. Listening to their wisdom, listen to what I have to say, and act on it. Act on, I'm hungry, and I'm hungry for this. Great, here you go. I need to rest. Great. I need to move. I have so much pent-up energy. I need to move. Great, let me give you a healthy space to do that. What I do actually throughout the day, I think I talked about this in the other episode, I'm a big alarm person. So I set an alarm throughout the day, and the alarm goes off and just says, what does my body need? Especially when I'm like working, and I'm like, here we go. I'll get that reminder and I'm like, usually I just need to take a breath. Whew. I was really in my head, and that's okay to be in your head sometimes, but I was like, I'm really in my head. I just need to ground, be in the present moment, and take some moments to be here. So my invitation to you, whether it's an alarm, whatever you got to do, check in with your body throughout the day. Hey babe, what do you need? What do you need, angel? This is how I talk to myself, if you can tell. What do you need? How can I support you? How can I support you? How can I support you? Because we don't ask that question to ourselves. The question isn't, we don't do that. That's not valued in this society. Like, how can I support my body? It's more of the conversation of the body is, how can I make myself hotter? How can I make myself better? And this and that. And there's a place for that-ish. But this place is, hey babe, what do you need? How can I support you? What would feel nourishing to you? And that's you, and we could talk about this for years, that's you inner parenting yourself. And I want to talk about the support piece really quick, and then we'll get back to this. I'm throwing bombs at you. And again, even if if you've never worked on this, it's like, ooh. If you've worked on whatever level, it's a little bit of like a shit. It's a confronting conversation. And like I said earlier, I am here for you. This work is hard. This work brings up feels. Like I said with the woman that I talked about, the story in Israel, it brought up a lot for her. Even like, it's not like we even did a session, and it brought up a lot for her. It brought up a lot for me. This work is triggering it. It, reminds you of memories and brings up sadness and grief and rage and happiness. It brings it all up. And so I think it's really important to be held and loved and supported in this journey. And that's why I do this work. That's why it's very, very important for me to have a platform to help people do this work. Like I said, I am here. I'm not just, some lady talking in a microphone and I'm in your ears and bye. I'm a real person that is here to support you and wants to support you. And I take my work very seriously because this work is very, very needed, as you know, and it's very, very important. So with that being said, let's connect. And I'll talk about that at the end of the episode. And it should be in the show notes. Like, let's connect on Instagram. Let's connect. Like, let's have a relationship. Download my free shit. Like, get all my free shit, And I do offer very seldomly because I open it and then I close it quickly because she's a busy girl. But I open up my calendar for free sessions and then I close them. Go to the website. I'm serious. Hop on. You can multitask. Hop on my website, www.wethelight.org. It's a freaking free session. It's 60 minutes. It's no strings attached. We'll talk about some of this stuff. We'll move some stuff. We'll have you feeling like, yes, I have tips and tricks. And then we talk about if we're fit to work together. If we are great, if we're not great. But this stuff does close. And I want you to have a space in there because this work is important. You're important. You're worthy of doing this work. I know it's easy to put it to the back burner and I'll do another day. No. This shit needs to happen now. Because if it doesn't happen now, it's going to come out in wacky ways and it doesn't feel good and you deserve to feel good. So I just wanted to interrupt really quick. I was like, I got to tell my friend about this. This is very important. So, my friend, go sign up. Again, it's no strings attached. It's free. We discuss all the things. And again, this work is very important. And that's www.wethelight.org. So, going back to talking about this stuff, and again, this could be its own episode, but when we take care of ourselves, we become the inner parent. Instead of giving our power away and I feel out of my body, it's the inner parent like, hey, my love, what do you need? What do you need? How can I nourish you? How can I nurture you? Because self-care is great, right? But if we're just in the zone of like, I'm watching Netflix, drinking wine and having sheet masks, yes, there's great. There's room for that. I applaud that. But that's not true nourishment. Unless you make it true nourishment. But the real conversation is like an inner parent. Hi, bub. Hi, my angel. What do you need? How can I provide for you? How can I serve you? What can I do to make you thrive? We need to consistently go inward. Hi, my love. Hi, bub. Hi, angel. What do you need? How can I serve you? What do you need, my angel? You know what I'm saying? Like, lots of angels. Well, all the angels in the land, apparently, today. But I think you get what I'm saying. And again, this is a whole other conversation, but if we don't do that for ourselves, it comes up in bizarre-ass ways with our partner. Because we don't feel taken care of, we don't feel nourished, right? And we feel burnt out, and then we put it on a partner. You're supposed to give me this, and again, there is supposed to be a give and take, right? But it's because we feel so at zero, because we haven't been checking in with ourselves, we haven't been nourishing ourselves. It's like, hey, you should be giving me this. Hey. And we're putting all of the power, all of the responsibility on them. And that feels shitty for you. And that feels hella sticky for them. And usually they'll be like, bye. So this is a reclamation in so many ways for a partnership, for you to feel good. We want to take our power back and stop giving it to places. So that question becomes, what do I need? How can I support you? How can I serve you? How can I set you up in a way to thrive? Make sense? Cool. I'm going to throw down 2 exercises. Okay? These are actually really freaking good exercises. So if you need to pause, if you need to take notes, like, I'm giving you good ass exercises. We'll start with the smaller, easier one, and then we'll build up. So mirror work, right? Like, I'm sure you've heard like mirror work. If you feel called, I would definitely investigate further. But I'm going to give you like the 101, right? Like, let's make it simple. Let's make it easy. Mirror work. If, anytime you're looking in a mirror, I just want you to talk to yourself from a positive lens, right? Like, here's the thing. You would never talk to a child like how you're talking to yourself, unless like something SOS. You know what I mean? Like if you're a loving, compassionate, good person, you would never say the shit that you're saying to a child. So I want you to get good at naming. Ooh, I wouldn't say that to a child, and we'll talk about that in a second. So when you're facing the mirror, instead of being like, oh, I hate this, hey, bub. Hey, Angel. We'll say Angel for the 7,000th time. Hey, Angel. Hey, bub. Hey, my love. Oh, I love you so much. You know, again, it's like the body thing. I don't really know how to love you, but I'm committed to you. You're pretty cool. You're pretty groovy. I don't know how to, have this reclamation with you, but I want to have a relationship with you. Like, let's start there. And then every time you pass a mirror, yes, I said every time, I want you to give yourself 3 compliments. That could be on your appearance. That could be on your intelligence. That can be on your personality. I would start with appearance because sometimes people will be like, I'm so smart. And I'm like, why aren't you looking in the, like, what's happened? Why are we avoiding appearance? So if you feel safe, I would start with appearance. I love this about you. I love this. So let's like really lay on the celebrations about the appearance. And then when that feels like, it did pretty good. Cool. When you look in the mirror, personality traits. Why you're a good person. This is, and it doesn't have to be like a 12-hour exercise. It could just be like, I love you. You're so smart. Ooh, you look so pretty today. I love that color on you. You have excellent teeth. And I love the way that you love. You're such a giver. I don't care. I'm making stupid shit up, but you get the point. Like, I want you to get good. And instead of when looking in a mirror, instead of being triggered to, oh, this is an invitation to shit on myself. No, this is an invitation to celebrate myself. This is an invitation to celebrate my inner divinity, my inner rock star. Cool? Like we just talked about with the shitting on yourselves. You would never say this stuff to a kid. So excuse you. I'm going to be tough love. Why the hell are you saying that to yourself? There is some part of you that is it is a little baby inner child. Get the hell out of here with that. Like, truly get the hell out of here with that nasty self-talk. Like, I will not stand for it. This is where my inner tough love comes in. But I'm like, no, we are not playing that game. That is rude, and it's not happening on my watch. This is my inner tough mom. It ain't happening. Not today. Not today. Not today. What's it saying? Not today, Satan? But not today, not tomorrow. It ain't happening. So my invitation with this is, you would never talk to a child like this. Why are you letting yourself talk to yourself like this? So it's hard sometimes, right? To like catch the thought. It's a big invitation, but I know you can handle it. You're a badass. Can you get good at stopping your thoughts? Stopping your negative thoughts. So some people do this, in different ways. I have clients that when mean thoughts about themselves come up, they go, delete. They're like, I deleted today. I'm like, good. And they replaced it with something good. So, oh my God, I'm so fat. I'm so disgusting. Hold up, stop. Like they see a stop sign in their head. Stop, delete. I'm beautiful. I love my curves. I'm fabulous. Whatever. So some people do the delete. They do the stop sign. They do the flip. This is an easier, more digestible tool. If you have a piece of jewelry, an easy piece to move, whether it be a ring, whether it be a bracelet, it could be a rubber band. I'm saying this because it's sometimes easier for the brain because it's tangible. But if you do want to do stop, delete, that's fabulous too. But what I encourage you to do with this is I want you to notice your thoughts every day, right? And it's hard because we have like 7 million thoughts every day, but to the best of our ability. So whether you put on that rubber band, that hair tie, that bracelet, that ring, put it on with intention. To the best of my ability, I'm going to celebrate myself. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to say loving things to myself. Cool. Well, we know the freaking deal. Like by 4 p.m., you're like, damn it, I really messed up that spreadsheet. I'm so dumb. Like we know it comes out in weird ass ways. Like, oh, I hate how I look. Oh my God. Do you see the grays that are coming in, popping through my head? It comes out. So my invitation is taking that piece of jewelry, hair tie, whatever works for you, and flipping it to the other side of your hand. Right? So lovingly. So if you're like, am I actually well? Like I can't do a spreadsheet. There's something so wrong with me. Hold up. I'm gently going to take that ring. Or if you don't feel comfortable wearing jewelry, no shade, no problem. All good. Then you could actually just place your hand on one hand and then put another on top of it. So adjust it to your style. This is whatever fits for you. So again, if you have the jewelry, you can move it to one hand to another. If you're not a jewelry person, no problem. What I would do is I would just almost like envision, I'm letting go, I'm shedding on this hand, and I'm gently replacing with this. Does that make sense? So, okay, I'm a piece of shit. I am horrible. I am so dumb at spreadsheets. Gently taking off the ring or gently washing that away on one hand. taking away and putting another hand and replacing that thought. My angel, why are you beating yourself up? You're very smart. You're human. It's okay to make error. It's okay. You're worthy. I love you. Right? Okay, great. It's lunchtime. I'm beating myself up about food. I'm horrible. I'm this. I'm that. Okay, we're going to gently take that off. Or again, if it's just a hand swipe, and gently put on the other hand and flip it. It's a tangible thing that our body could be like, oh, whoa, whoa. To stop the thought in action, let it go. And the important part is to flip it. And again, could all be happening while you're working, while you're talking to someone. Like, it's important to flip it because the thoughts then just live there. So flip it. And that's not true, my angel. That's not true. Okay? I know it's sometimes like, damn it, that's work. But this work is worth doing. It really will change you. Like I said, I never in a million years. I was like, well, I guess this is my life. I guess I'm just going to hate myself for the rest of my life. And the fact that I'm here is a testament to this work. It is work, but it is so freaking worth it. And again, you're so worth it. You're worth having a life that feels good. You're worth, feeling confident when you walk into a room and that you like yourself and that you can support yourself and that you are worthy to nourish yourself. Okay? I'm right? Giving you some tough love, but I want you to see how fabulous you are. And it's your reminder that you're amazing. Again, this is could be another episode because this is such a important conversation because we talked a lot about body love, right? But I just want to skirt a little bit just because we're on body. I feel like we have to skirt on this really quickly is we live in a culture that lives in our head. And also if you've ever experienced trauma, abuse, sexual abuse, first of all, my heart goes out to you. I love you. And I'm so sorry. And so it doesn't feel safe to live in the body, right? Like it doesn't feel safe because we're scared. So we live in our head. Because I was unsafe in my body. So it feels really triggering to go to the body. And so, again, we're all different. We all have varying degrees. But that's why this work is so important. That's why embodiment in a safe way is important. Because you deserve to not just live in your head. You know what I mean? Like you deserve to have a relationship with your body and have a relationship where it feels good and safe and nourishing. And to whatever degree, maybe you're ready to jump in the pool full, maybe you're like, Erica, and I'm bringing this topic about embodiment, right? We live so much in the head and this is the invitation to go into the body. And maybe you're like, I'm ready to jump full in. Like I'm ready to take sensual dance class and pole and this and that yes, jump in. Yes, let's do it. And maybe you're like, absolutely not. No problem. No problem. Maybe it's feeling safety and breathing when you're doing a yoga class, right? Maybe it's giving yourself touch and reminding yourself you're safe. But I'm saying this because A, the culture doesn't celebrate being in the body. And B, if you've ever experienced any trauma, it's really hard for us to live here. That's why it's really important to make safety in the body and make it feel safe to come into the body. Because it feels really aggressive if we do it in a way that doesn't feel nourishing. So if you have a relationship with the body that feels like, oh, this feels unsafe, no problem. That's okay. Many of us do. So again, my invitation is asking the body, hey, hi, I don't want to be aggressive. I want you to guide. Lead me. Let the body lead. Don't superimpose and make the brain, I should do this to heal. I should do this. I should do this. No, the body has its own wisdom. The body is holding its stuff. Let the body talk to you. Get quiet enough. And it doesn't have to take 10 years. Like it takes 2 seconds. Get quiet enough. Ask the body, what do they need? And don't push. Don't force. Don't superimpose. They may be like, hey, I'm actually ready to go to a 7. Or they may be like, I'm only at a half an inch. No problem. Here we go. Here we go. And actually, I talk about that a lot with my folks that have experienced any sexual abuse. And even if you haven't, like, especially during, a sensuality practice, sexuality, your own pleasure practice, we kind of just tend to like, whatever, I'm going to do this thing and it's going to feel good and then I'm done. The body might be like, absolutely not. Excuse you, absolutely not. So my invitation is before you enter into an act like that again, whether it be sex or your own pleasure practice or whatever, I invite you to ask your body like, hey, hi, what what level are you at? And your body might be like, let's go in. Or like, I just need to be cuddled. I need to be this. Does that make sense? Because it feels really fucking bad when we go against what they need. There's this awesome book. It's hella dense, but You'll get the point in the title. It's the body keeps a score. And so sometimes our mind processes trauma. Comes out, but we process trauma, we process terrible things, and we process good things. But the body's like, excuse me, hi. I still keep the score. I still have some stuff in here, like, that I haven't explored, I haven't let go, I haven't shed. So my invitation, and again, this is a huge component of my work, is us finding safety, right, and moving that stuff and having a relationship to the body. First of all, like, we want to listen to their signals and cues with everything, but we also want to create a safe space. Regardless if they've experienced trauma or not, you know the deal. When you're pissed off, you're just like, I'm freaking pissed. And then you have that emotion, then it goes away. But sometimes the body stores that emotion and you haven't processed it. So that's part of my work, is creating a safe space to process that, right? To process the rage, to process the grief, to process the pleasure, right? Because sometimes when we haven't processed the rage, we haven't processed the grief, it's like, oh, please, I don't have the accessibility right now to even process the joy. And again, that's a big part of my services, is I create a safe container for you to do that. Because I know I may say that and you might be like, that sounds fun, but that feels very overwhelming. Again, I'm here. But if not, my invitation is, how can I create a safe space to move stuff through my body? Maybe it's setting an alarm and listening to sad music and crying, or some days I might need to hit a pillow, safely hit a pillow or stomp. And then maybe some days I need to dance into my joy and my turn on. I think you're getting what I'm putting down. The brain and the body process differently, right? So the brain might have been like, I processed that 2 years ago. And the body might be like, hi, I have things to say. There's things to process. So I want it to feel safe. I want you to feel like you have an outlet to process the good, the bad, the ugly. And this is just a little, I know I could hear people go, it feels really overwhelming, right? Especially when you've never done it. It's like, I feel like I'll be an endless pit of grief. I'll be an endless pit of rage. I'm scared to tap in. Usually when you tap in, it comes out, and then other things can move. So it's safe. It's safe. It is safe, especially, again, and I'm not just saying this to say this, whether it's me or someone else, hire someone that's very experienced in this area, or get in a community that's very experienced. This stuff is important. You don't want to be with someone that's not in integrity. This work is important. Your body is important. We want you to feel safe. So don't just go to any Joe Schmo, okay? The last thing I'll end on is, I know we just talked about kind of a bomb, and I actually have so much more to say about that. So again, I'm here if you're like, that hit something, I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Intuition so often is found in the body, right? Like, people will say, I have a gut feeling. My heart led me to this. Like, so often I had a vision from my third eye. So often the intuition is found in the body. And so we're sleeping on some magic. Whether you're woo-woo or you're not, like, we have intuition. Our body is hella genius, right? Like, our body has spidey senses. So it's like, ooh, I feel this is weird. I don't feel this is good. Or I feel safe. We have a freaking oracle right in front of us. I mean, listen, I could spend millions at every tarot card reader and every, and there's a value to them. And, let's keep supporting good ones. But we have a living oracle in front of us that has spidey senses, that is aware that, this does not feel good. Or, okay, I feel safe in this. Don't sleep on this oracle. It's like a freaking magic 8-ball. You're carrying around a magic 8-ball. And so often we're like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? So it's like, hold on, check in, check with yourself, check with your heart, check with your, check with your gut, check inward. And that's, again, sometimes when we don't do this work, at first it might be like, I don't know. And again, this is a reminder why this work is so important. But our intuition lies in our body. So keep trusting your gut, keep trusting your heart, keep making it safe to check in with your heart every day. Hey, how are you? What do you need today? Okay? I know this is quite the episode with lots of things. I know we covered body love, and now we did intuition, and we did tools, and we touched a little bit on trauma. I gave you a lot, and I know here we are. It's like, how do we process this, right? You could shut this off. You could be like, anyway, bibbity boppity boo, here we go, keep going with my day. Or you could take a second. You could put your hand over your heart. You could breathe. Maybe you have to shake it out. Maybe you have to go listen to a song that, you have to do a little dance to. The invitation is to process stuff through your body. The invitation is to have a relationship to your body. This body, first of all, is guiding us, right? Like it's guiding us and it's supporting us. It's allowing us to be here. Like it's allowing us to be here and to be present. And also it has so much wisdom. It has so much wisdom. And if we don't have a relationship with it, if we're not in alignment with it, we're just giving our power away, right? So if we have body hate, we're giving our power away because we're giving it to other people. And if we don't trust our intuition and go inward, we give it to other people. So body love is so important. Oh, and I should also say, with the abuse conversation, so often people rip that away from others. And it's a violation. And this is a moment to take that back and to take your power back. And I say that with so much love and so much compassion. And I feel you, I see you, I hear you, I'm with you, I support you. This is an invitation, whatever shade of abuse, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, it doesn't matter. In some way, someone took something away from you. And this invitation is taking your power back and nourishing yourself. And I love you. You've been through hell. And I'm still going to fight for you. I still choose you. I still love you. I support you 120%. I'm with you. And you deserve that. So this work is very important. Like I said, many different aspects, many different facets. Body love, so we can have alignment. Intuition, so we can have wisdom. Safety in our body, we could have joy, we could have pleasure. We feel less crunchy, right? Because then we have space to process stuff. We're not going in charged in a situation, pissed off. Oh shit, bitch, I already moved that through my body. Like I breathe through that. I dance through that. I'm feeling good. So this was quite the bomb of a episode, actually. I was not expecting this. And like I said, in whatever capacity, I'm here. I'm here. Come find me. I'm here. I got you. I'll support you, whatever capacity you need. Our body does so much for us that we don't even know. So much. First of all, it supports us, it guides us, but also, like I said, intuition lives there. Safety can live there. I know it feels sometimes like, really? Safety can live there. Let's stop crucifying it. Let's stop making it wrong. Let's stop ignoring it. Let's stop making it like it's a problem and we have to avoid it. And no, this is a gift. This is a huge gift. And this gift needs and deserves to be celebrated, to be worshipped, to be listened to be honored. And it's a journey, but it's worth it. You're worth it. You deserve this. Your body, I'm sure, is going to be thrilled when you start to listen to them. I love you so much. And if anything, this is an invitation to take deep, rich care of yourself, to really turn inward, to listen to what you need, and to nourish and to nurture that. You're amazing. You're an angel. I love you so, so, so much. Again, I'm here, but take good care of yourself. I love you. Thank you, seriously thank you so much for joining me on today's episode and on this podcast journey. And if you loved what we talked about today and you know another human who could definitely benefit from what was discussed, I would so appreciate if you would go ahead and share this podcast with them. Don't forget, hit subscribe or follow so you never ever miss an episode. And the great news is you can always follow me, my work, my blog, my podcast on my website at www.wethelight.org. And hey, remember, life is so much brighter when we shine. I'll see you next time.